With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back trackside, once again race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the ASMR Hauck Designs Gen 4 Cup Series fires things off for playoff race number 2. Here tonight, we're going to turn left and right road course racing action in store here tonight for the Stand 48 qualifying session already underway. We're going to let these drivers put in those fast times. Track temperature a little bit on the hot side here tonight in upstate New York. 97 degrees track temperature. Drivers may be slipping and sliding just a little bit, especially through that uphill S section coming to the long back straight. We'll get into some of that a little bit later on tonight, but first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land? Race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, we mentioned those playoff drivers. We'll see who can capture the flag here tonight. Jake Ennis going to victory lane last week from Michigan International Speedway. A much different race laid out here tonight for the Stand 48 at the Glen. Two minutes remaining here in qualifying. Let's go ahead and see if we can drop the timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. You'll see Christian Amati, top of the speed charts, 109. 150. Abante, one of the only drivers to get under that 109.3 mark in happy hour earlier here today, showing fast speed. Once again in qualifying, Abante looks to start from the front row. Over 15 drivers in the field tonight. Music gonna fade. The time will tick away. Final 60 seconds remaining here. If you haven't already started that final lap, you're not gonna have time to get it in. Looks like Patrick Coro, Zach Miller, Jeffrey Engel will all start tail end of the field. Daniel Jensen, only driver on track, but he's gonna be hard pressed to even get that qualifying time in. So for the moment, championship contender Christian Abante coming into tonight's race, sitting in second in the points, looks to pull even with a pole award here tonight. We'll wait for it to be official in final 10, and that's pretty much going to do it. Christian Abante going to walk away with the David Spears Designs pole award here tonight from Watkins Glen International Speedway. And with that being said, we're going to take a brief commercial break. Head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside as the drivers begin to roll around the track. Let's jump behind the pace car. You hear the music going off in the background. PA announcers ready for it. You know, it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the stand. 48 from Watkins Glen International coming at you. From the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series, starting inside row number 1 behind the Fast 40 flying machine, Christian Abante. Derek Moore and Alex Wiggins right behind him. Brandon Bethia will round out row number 2. The U.S. Navy 25 of Jake Innes inside row 3 with Alan Bledsoe to his outside. Row number 4 here tonight from the Glen, Marga Bright, and Andrew Alt. Nicholas Wiggin, Deontay Howard round out your top 10. Cody Schultz, Patrick Cora, row 6. Row number 7 here tonight, Ed Hauck, Zach Miller, Daniel Jensen, and Jeffrey Engel. Finish out the 16-car field. Pace car gonna duck off. Barring any catastrophe, we're gonna have long green flag running gear, pace car in, music goes away, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here at the Glen. Everybody nice and easy through turn 1. Patrick Coro goes wide. He's going to give up a handful of positions. Coro going to fall back till 15th. The single file up through the S's for the first time here tonight. Derek Moore followed by Alex Wiggins pretty closely. That Crown Royal. Irwin Tools number 11 machine. Going to lay down some fast times. Wiggins was pretty quick in happy hour. We're going to bypass that bus stop chicane in the back. Only 7 corners here tonight. The classic layout for Watkins Glen. Brendan Mathia trying to make some headway. Mathia sits in fourth. And just like that, 1 lap at the Glen gonna go behind us. We've still got 47 remaining here tonight. Single file racing already as the front of the field starts to step away just a little bit. We're gonna jump around the racetrack as well. Let's find and follow along with one of your favorite drivers in the field here tonight as they try to tackle this 2.4 mile monster of a road course. A lot of elevation change, some off-camber braking points. Oh, big wiggle. Big wiggle by Derek Moore. You can see right there one of those a little bit of an off-camber moments when the car wants to unload on the right front, but the mechanical grip just isn't there. Out through the carousel, heading back down to turn number 6, and Rubin chasing after. Your pole sitter here, lap number 2 underway. Derek Moore sits in second. Alex Wiggins, Brandon Mathia, and Jake Ennis round out your top 5. Jeffrey Engel with issues, unable to make the start of the race. The 89 will head back behind the wall as we jump on board. Overhead camera shot looking on the hood of this Art Smarts Jalapeno Chips number 16 machine. Derek Moore trying to keep his machine out front of the Crown Royal 11. Wiggins hunting hard here, looking for the position. Let's jump on board. Let's take a lap around the Glen with the man sitting in third. Bit of a wiggle there by Moore out front. Early on the brakes, down through the gear, a little bit of a twitch out of the rear end. He's going to have to chase it up the track, give up a ton of time through the center of the carousel. Or able to get the power down and walk away. Wiggins back on the gas, quickly trying to reel back in. Derek Moore, Christian Abati on fire out front. Almost a 2-second advantage here as we cross the line. Lap number 4 will go on the board, but the fast time eclipsing qualifying. That's right, you heard it right. Race trim Abati is faster. 109.06, almost breaking into the almost unheard of 108 lap time. Abati on one out front. Here tonight, a little bit further through the field. Let's jump on board with Nicholas Swing up through the S's. Wayne giving us a handful of camera shots here tonight. Much appreciated. Look back at the driver, putting in work behind the wheel, just on the backside of the racetrack. jump around the cars once again. Move to the inside. Wiggins had the position for a moment, fighting back his Moore. Hot heavy battle here, second, third. That's going to bring fourth and fifth right on into the mix if they're not careful. The DuPont, number 24 machine of Alan Bledsoe will be on the scene very, very shortly. The Haas Automation number 41 machine of Doug Argabright having a fine race so far. Still early here tonight. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it wrong. Long way to go for these drivers. We've got smoke on the track. Trouble through the S's. Trouble through the S's. Derek Moore with problems. Moore's going to have a problem. That's going to settle things for second for the time. Do we got that, guys? Let's go to the replay. Let's see what happened with Moore. Catch it a little bit late right there, but let's take one more look at it. Little bit of contact. Contact off the front end of the one of Mathia. That's going to send more back through the field. Tough break, tough sledding will continue on. To hear time from the Glen, you're watching the Stand 48. Looking to see if there's any front end damage on the one of Mathia. Not seeing Brendan with any issues here behind the wheel of his Chevy Impala. Looking good, looking clean. Maybe a little bit of what we like to call in the virtual world, maybe a little bit of net code there. Didn't see any true contact between the two machines. And still more went around. Tough sledding for him tonight. He's going to be in damage control. Championship contender. Early problems. So here time from the Glen will continue. Green flag racing down the back stretch. The number 29 machine of Andrew Alt. Holding down the 7th position for the time being. Nicholas Wayne. Derek Moore right behind. We'll switch gears, go a little forward on the racetrack. You can see there Jake Ennis, Brenda Mathia, Alan Bledsoe starting to reel him in. That iconic paint scheme, Brian. We all pretty much know that car. When you see it, you know Jeff Gordon's name. It's it's just fact. It's the way it is. Bledsoe looking good here, starting to reel these guys in. Up one position from where he qualified. Fast guys in front, but Bledsoe hanging on right here. Deontay Howard going to have some problems. He's going to head to pit road, and Howard going to bring his 7 machine to pit road as well. Drivers starting to stretch out just a little bit. Fresh and about to out to a 5.8 second advantage. Jake Ennis sitting in third, right in front of this one machine of Brenda Mathia. These guys sitting over 8 seconds back. Alan Bledsoe knocking on the door of a 10-second deficit, sitting in 5th. And it looks like maybe producers forgetting to change out a few things, so we're going to go ahead and point our fingers at them for a second, make sure they see the mistake, make sure they get that all fixed up for you as we continue. Green flag racing here. Lap number 8 out of the 48 scheduled. In the official race distance, we will not see a green, white checkered. We will not see the caution flag fly. Local yellows here tonight as we employ the road course racing rules. Something adopted by a lot of racing leagues that you see more so on the road course side of things with IMSA. You see it with the V8 supercars, the Michelin pilot cars as well. You kind of just slow down in that portion. It goes on in Formula One as well. Field does not get bunched back up behind the pace car. They're going to stay strung out. Pit stop, pit strategy can win you the race. who's got something. Rabati out front, continuing to build on that advantage. Now over 6 seconds out front. Back out front, race leader Christian Abonzi going to come around the final corner, cross the line on the lap number 10. On the board, less than 40 laps remaining here tonight in the stand 48. You're watching the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. We mentioned it early here tonight. We're going to continue to mention it throughout the course of tonight's broadcast. Those Fast Five, those Championship 5 drivers fighting it out over the final 5 weeks of racing here. Jake Innes, Christian Amonti, Derek Moore, who has had trouble here tonight, Andrew Alt, Cody Schultz running at the rear of the field, 10th and 11th here tonight at the Glen. Those two guys need to have a little bit of a boost. A shot in the arm, if you will. They've got to have some luck fall their way. Maybe a driver slips up, has a little off-track excursion, something, somehow. They need to gain about 3 to 4 positions apiece if they're going to want to try to stay pretty relevant moving on. From here, this is going to test those championship driver skills. This is going to, I don't want to say separate the men from the boys. I don't want to say that, but we're going to. You know, I'm a huge Formula One fan. Huge Ferrari fan, obviously. You know, Italian bloodline. You gotta like Ferraris, otherwise, I mean, are you really even Italian? But we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna keep it somewhat focused on the racing here. Not that oval racing isn't challenging. Right? It's long, it's grueling. There's a lot of G-forces put down on the body, a lot of physical stress being implemented on the body inside of these machines at these oval tracks. I just think there's something about having to work the throttle in the wheel, opposite directions, downshifting, getting the right gearing. Very important. You jump a gear, you say you're supposed to go in second, you pop it down to first, you're going to get some wheel hop into the tail end of the car. You're going to hit the brakes, they're just going to bop, pop, 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 pop right across the track, and it's not going to stop. Right? You're just going to keep flying. So wheel hop, very big. You don't want to get those lock-ups, so to me, road course racing is a lot more technical. There's more, it's a different skill set. Maybe not more skill, but a different skill. Will you let me live with that? Will you not say anything about it? I mean, is that good enough? If not, you know where to find me. Send me the messages. We'll get back to you. Back to the racing action. Alex Wiggins sitting in second here. He's got Jake Innes closing in behind. Innes, one of your biggest movers through the race, positions had a premium here tonight in the stand 48. Innes only able to pick up 2 positions, only 1 driver able to gain 3. Patrick Coro up a handful of positions from where he qualified, now rounding out your top 10. Let's go back to a little bit closer of a battle. What do you say we check it out back here at the rear of the field? The 91 of Patrick Coro and Andrew Alt going at it. 10th and 11th on the racetrack with Fire Cheetos. Flaming Hot Cheetos. What am I thinking fire? What's the fire one? You know what I'm talking about, but whatever. Cora looks the eyeball pit road. This time around, he's going to head to pit road for his first stop of the night. Deontay Howard, Zach Miller, Daniel Jensen, and Ed Hauck already on the pit road for their first stop of the night. Front of the field remains the same. Christian Abbasi out front, 8-second advantage. He gone at this point in time. So I tell you what, we'll make it a little bit easier. But you fans out there in Tito Land here tonight, what do you say we take a look and put that track map up on screen for you? You can find and follow along with your favorite driver here tonight on track. Christian Abbasi out front, uphill through the S's. Wiggins and Ennis still going at it on the track. Pass forward, Fusion. Sitting in second, trying to keep the Navy machine behind him. Accelerate your life with the Navy. And where's Lieutenant at, huh? Where's Ramos? Haven't seen Ramos in about 2 weeks. Where's Lieutenant Carlos Ramos? Somebody get back to me on that, huh? Do some digging. We know you got it. You can get that dirt. Close racing action now as the battle continues. Jake Ennis able to take that second spot away. Wiggins gonna fall back to third once again, right where he started from. Maintain that second spot for a brief amount of time. Now Wiggins looking to try to somehow reel in Abbasi at the front, but it's going to take quite a big mistake. Around the corner from 30 laps remaining here tonight. Out front is Christian Abbasi. Hod Paddle for second and third. Jake Ennis and Alex Wiggins going at it through the carousel. Wiggins going to carry that Navy Blue Angel sponsorship a little closer to the front of the field. Bit of the curb off of the carousel exit. Trying to just maximize all the speed. And oh, man. Zach Miller. Trouble. A lot of parts and pieces missing on that 38 machine. He's going to keep it out on the racetrack, but he's going to stay to the bottom. Staying to the inside, right up next to that pin wall. 38 of Miller. Let race leaders, lead lap cars go by. Jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say? Let's take a look as Brendan Bethea trying to get by the lap machine punt. The Wounded Warrior right there, working your way through the uphill S's, and really that's not a place you want to be trying to do any sort of passing. I don't care if you're 30 miles an hour slower. I guess I'm just stuck. Not going to attempt it, not going to stress the tires that much. Speaking of stressing the tires, lap 16 underway. Race leader Abbasi stays out. Looking like maybe a one-stop strategy for the majority of the field here tonight. So who's got it right? Who's going to carry it? Long Bethea and Alan Bledsoe elect to come to pit road here on lap number 17. That's going to open up the gap once again from third back to fourth. Big time gap now as the front of the field pretty comfortable. It's a whoa big moment Right what we said. The front of the field comfortable. Innes almost threw that one away. Big twitch on the uphill side of the S. It just about trashed it. Battle now ensues. We'll take a look on the inside. Take a look at the man putting in work behind the wheel. Jenkins inside of his 25 machine, trying to make something work. Back end look here. Alex Wiggins, we know he's got speed. He's been up at the front all night long here. With the drivers second to third, too, they're going to stay out on the racetrack with the race leader, Christian Amonte, who's now opened it up to a 9.3 second advantage. Absolutely heading to victory lane. Barring any kind of catastrophe, this is pretty much sewed up. It's pretty much done for. Amonte has got this one in the bag. Brendan Matthias starting to make short work of the field. You'll see him right here closing in on the tail end of the National Guard Subway 99 machine of Nicholas Wing, who's yet to make his pit stop here tonight. Wing gonna give the inside lane gentleman racing move right there. Wing on the much older tires. There's no need to really put up a fight, and he's just gonna let him by. Amonte's going to stay out. Innes and Wiggins to pit road. That should move Doug Argabride into second, barring pit road stop. Christian Amonte out front, up through the S's. Once again, now closing in. On a few back markers, Patrick Coro in the 91 just out front. The 16 of Derek Moore making his way through the carousel. So how long do you stay out, right? If you're Christian Amonte, how long do you stay out? You had yourself a 9-second advantage. You can give up a little bit of track time, right? You can give up a little bit of speed, run this thing a little bit longer if you can, to making it a much shorter run to the end. And no, Amonte's going to go ahead and bring it to pit road. 4 tires in fuel. Tough sledding early here tonight for the Bass Pro Shops Club Tracker Machine. The 7 of Ed Hauck gonna have some problems. Now running back in the 14th position. Early trouble leaves Hauck 4 laps down. The car looks pretty good. Wonder what the trouble was on pit road for quite an extended stay. Machine looks pretty clean though here, so wonder if it was just a power unit issue that brought Hauck to pit road early. Argabride to pit road. That's going to hand the race lead back over to Christian Amonte. Once again, Alex Wiggins sitting in second now. Jake Innes, Brandon Mathia, Alan Bledsoe round out your top 5. Long way to go, Wounded Warrior on the track. Zach Miller just trying to get anything he can as far as the point standings are concerned. Came into tonight's race battling what we like to call the best of the rest, right? We've got our championship 5, and then we got the rest of the drivers. Coming in just 4 points behind Alex Wiggins. Very important for Miller to try to pick up all that he can. Get every point out there. Especially with Wiggins sitting in second right now. Days looking and going well at on track. There gets EV11, eyeballing his closest competition and watching him in the rear view. let's jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say we go right here? Well, we're going to stay right here. Looks like producers want to keep it right here in case the battle picks up between Alex Wiggins and Jake Innes. You can see him right there in the background. Innes trying to close in, looking to the inside. Let on down Deontay Howard, who keeps it at the top side of the racetrack. The Irwin Tools Crown Royal. Number 11 Ford Fusion going to keep the second position for now, as race leader Christian Abati continues to pound the pavement and put his machine in a different zip code. He's gone. Pure domination here tonight behind the wheel of this 45 machine. And let's take a ride with the race leader. Just how smooth is Abati around the track? We're going to pick him up going through the uphill S's here. Here, right there, nice and smooth back into the gas. A little bit of a wiggle, but a little stab. Quickly shifting into that fourth gear. Down into third early. Does he take it to second? He's going to leave it in third, I do believe. Carry this out to the left-hand side. Just getting those left tires up over the curves. Back down into fourth. Switching on the brakes. Third gear. A little touch of the curb with the left side tires. Up and over on the right-hand side. Angle to the outside. Cutting back in. Pointing the nose well. In the gas. Squeeze that eggshell underneath the gas pedal. All the gas back into fourth. Nice, smooth. The racing here from Abati, just nice and smooth, and that's what it's about. You know, with the road course experience, with the knowledge of road course racing, a little bit of speed comes with that, right? It's hard to learn, and it, as a race car driver, doesn't make sense. The harder you try to run a road course, the harder you attack, the more likely you will run slower. You just have to be nice and smooth in both the braking and accelerating. And it's almost like a, well, no, like really, you know what I mean? It's one of those like moments. You know, but the thing is, it's very tricky to get that every single lap, every single corner, time and time again. The mental focus that it takes to remember 7, 8, 9 different points around the track. Very mentally taxing for these drivers. So in saying that, the smoothness is where you find your speed. Reflecting on that, handful of drivers at the front of the field, no off-track moments. They have not let any Goodyear rubber touch any of the turf around the track. None of the grass picked up by the drivers inside of your top 5. So again, that smoothness, that comfortability that you've built over the course of the day and happy hour in qualifying, this is where it all shines. This is where it all matters. This is where you get the job done. And Christian Abati dominating here tonight, starting from the pole position, quick time in qualifying scene. Abati snatched that David Spears designed pole award. He has not looked back. Has led every single lap here tonight, looking to sweep the points and looking to take over the overall points lead heading into next week's race. And I mean, what a season for Abati as well. 11 top 10s, 9 top 5s, 2 race wins so far this season. Looking to open up things here in the playoffs with a race win, trying to match what Jake Innes was able to do at Michigan International Speedway. But we're going to move forward in this chase. We've got some great racing remaining ahead of us. We're going to head to the Lone Star State. That's right, we're going to kick it into two-step and Texas next week. Right before the Christmas break, we'll see in Las Vegas Motor Speedway following the holidays. Right after the new year, we will crown a season champion. We're going to go to the America's Heartland, Kansas Speedway, for the final championship night here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. So infield very spread out here. Battle has dissipated between Wiggins and Ennis for the moment. Alex Wiggins gonna sit comfortably in second. Jake Ennis losing a little bit of ground here. He's gonna be in that third position. Brandon Mathia up to fourth with Alan Bledsoe continuing to wear down your top five. Let's take a look at Derek Moore, a driver that had trouble early here tonight. More with issues, more with problems. Lap number 3, problems for Moore. He gets that Art Smarts jalapeno chips. Ford Fusion heading back in the right direction, beginning to climb back through the field. But with drivers becoming more and more spread out here, a very monumentous challenge lays before it on the doorstep of Moore. Cannot afford to give up much more ground. Came into tonight's racing 3 points out of your overall championship chase leaderboard. Falling behind here with both Ennis and Abati having huge races. You just, even though you got 3 more, which I guess in the theory, if you're gonna give up one, you might be eyeballing giving up here at the Glen with the Stand 48 with the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. But if you had to throw away one of the 5, I'm pretty sure like Glen's gonna be on the top of the list for most of the drivers. And we say most because obviously this man right here out front showing the way, absolutely putting it on him here tonight. Road Course Clinic on display. With the man out front led every lap so far, Christian Abati. I don't think I've seen a more dominant performance than what I've been seeing here tonight out of Abati this season. We've had some very close races. We've had some really close racing action. But man, Abati. Whew. Just over the halfway point, we will go ahead and begin your driver. Highlights and spotlights. What do you say? We start with the man at the front showing the way. Trouble on the track. We're going to hold off. Trouble on the track. Jake Ennis with issues. Ennis with troubles. Let's go see what happened. Oh, he's going to get a little bit of... Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Ooh. That ain't never good. A little loose there, back across the track and into the tire barriers and straight to pit road. We thought there were championship implications before. Things just got really interesting. Derek Moore, early trouble. We've been talking about it. You've heard about it. Early trouble. Now Jake Ennis, for all intents and purposes, out of tonight's race with 20 laps remaining from running inside of your top four. Jake Ennis gonna walk away with the fewest points out of your championship competitors. He will indeed give up that top spot. How far will he fall in the field, though? That is the big question. Andrew Walt sitting 6 points back. Cody Schultz 10 points back, running 7th and 8th on the speedway. Gonna pick up at least 3 positions on Jake Ennis here tonight. So some gains in this championship 5. Things gonna get interesting under the lights. Next week at Texas Motor Speedway. Glad you're here, glad you're watching. If you just joined us, just past the halfway point here tonight in the stand 48 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. We mentioned that mid-race report, 16 drivers till the starting grid. We have still got 13 out on the racetrack with only 7 remaining. On the lead lap, race leader Chris Amonte beginning to close in on some back markers once again. 29 of Andrew Watkins trying to keep that Flaming Hot Cheetos machine on the lead lap. It's all about pride at this point, right? If you're Andrew, it's all about being able to try to keep the fast 45 behind you. And it not just keeping him behind you, but also you gotta look at if he does go by you, how close can you stay? What can you learn from the fast guy being in front with you, following him on the racetrack? So although this is a bit of a hard thing, a prideful moment, you also gotta look at it as a moment to grow, a moment to learn. We never lose, we just learn. Well, that's not true. But, kind of. You know what? We're big saying, wrestling, and a lot of athletic sports, especially individualized sports, just like the racing action that we have on track. Race leader Christian Amonte going to make his way by. You don't walk away with an L, right? You always look for something that you can learn from. What can you do better? Where's he breaking? Is he braking later? Is he braking sooner? Where's that turn in? Where's he floating it out on the corners? A lot you can learn. A lot you can try to reteach. And try to implement your next time. On the track, we'll see if any of these drivers pick up on the fast lap, but the fast times being laid down by your race leader. Christian Amonte out front, shot out of a cannon, 14.5 second advantage here at the stand 48 for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series. Wiggins to pit road, a second stop here tonight. Wiggins gonna head to pit lane. Coming to pit road's lap 32 out of 48. Wiggins gonna give up that second position. Derek Moore also to pit road once again. Gonna take a little look around the track, see what we see there. You can see the one of Brendan Mathia making his way through turn number 1. There's Alex Wiggins up through the S's. Christian Avanti working his way to the outside of Derek Moore. Moore's got to fight all he can here. A lot on the line, a lot of distance out front to the next driver. Moore already making the pit stop, making his second stop. He will not have to come back to pit road. Very important right now for Moore to try to get some heat in the tires without overcooking them. Build a little gap. But the Bledsoe to pit road this time around, that's going to leave just Alex Wiggins held front, trying to chase down Christian Avanti, who's yet to pit. 51-second advantage. Yeah, Avanti still has to make that final pit stop of the night. But with the pit road delta, well, I don't know, it may get a little close here. Pit road delta has been right around that 46 to 48 second mark. So if this thing plays out here, Alex Wiggins may be able to reel him in to within about 3 seconds. But Avanti gonna have much pressure on tires. Small battle going on track. Let's take a look right here as Derek Moore closes in on Alan Bledsoe. Race leader Christian Avanti right behind him, Doug Algebright. Sitting back in the 6th position, Algebright. 1 lap down, first driver, 1 lap down. Tough sledding here tonight for Algebright as the 5 of Cody Schultz heads to the inside of the racetrack. He'll let the lead lap cars make their way around the outside, back up through the S's, on board with Derek Moore. And now is the time where you can ill afford a mistake. Early in the race, maybe you can overcome. Derek Moore putting on quite a bit of a show, showing us what grit, determination, perseverance is all about. Early trouble, backwards on the track, sputtered around, got heading back in the right direction, put his elbows down, or put his head down, he got his elbows up, he got the job done, just focused on making clean laps. It has paid off. Moore knocking on the door of a 4th place run here, trying to close in at the tail end of the DuPont number 24 machine piloted by Alan Bledsoe. More trouble for championship contenders. Andrew Walt's gonna have a problem. 29 with some issues. Let's go check the replay. Looks like he may have had a problem right here, heading just down into turn 1. Overshoots the corner. Just cannot get the car stopped. And if you remember, race fans, we mentioned that earlier here tonight, how easy it is to go a little deep in turn 1, get a little bit of that wheel hop, some brake chatter in the back. You gotta get that brake bias dialed in just right to be able to lay all the brakes here at the Glen. Christian Avanti gonna come to pit road. Let's take a look and watch the Irwin Tools Crown Royal Ford Fusion of Alex Wiggins make his way around the track. How close can Wiggins close in? Coming around the final corner now. Amonte down and away, making his way off the exit of pit road. It's going to be just about a straightaway difference. Just that was the opportunity. That was the chance. Amonte, nice and conservative, coming to pit road. Gave up just had a second on and off pit road. So nice and easy. And Amonte still in the lead. So let's go around the field, check in with some of your championship contenders. We've talked about the dominating performance here tonight, and we're not going to have to mention much more of it. Back across the stripe, 10 laps remain here in the stand. 48 is Christian Amonte. Leads yet another lap. Amonte out front, sitting in first, Alex Wiggins. Sits in second. Wiggins on top. The points charts of the best of the rest battle came up just shy of making that championship 5, but a solid run for him here tonight. We're going to take another look back at another championship contender. Let's take a look at Derek Moore, sitting in the 4th position. Early trouble here tonight for the Arts Marts. Ford Taurus, but Moore making the most of bad situation. Next championship driver in line, sitting in 7th position here tonight, listed as the first driver 1 lap down, sitting in 7th behind the wheel of that Flamin' Hot Cheetos machine. A little bit of front end damage as well after contact with the tire barriers. And Drew Wall sits in 7th. Cody Schultz right behind him on the racetrack. The number 5 machine sitting in the 8th position, listed 2 laps down. Final championship competitor, Jake Hinnis, not on the track. He is back behind the pit wall after early trouble. Innes to pit road on lap number 28 here tonight with 20 laps to go. He finds trouble, and he's going to have to dig himself out of a championship hole when we head to Texas Motor Speedway next week, right here with the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series. Gonna get the track map gone and out of the way as we continue green flag racing here tonight. Christian Amonte has just consistently been faster. Fastest lap of the race now, a 1:08.74. That is 8 tenths. Oh no! Christian Amonte, big trouble. Oh my. Oh my. That was huge. Heavy, huge, tons of damage on the front. Man, and look at that. That gap go away. Was over 15 seconds. 6-second loss already. 8 laps to go. Can the 45 hold on? Race car gotta be ill handling at best. And Amonte is forced to pit road. Oh my gosh. This is gonna change the game. This is gonna change the outcome This is definitely going to shake up the championship standings now. Abati going to fall deep through the field. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. But that's how quick it can happen. One mental mistake. One moment. One problem. That's all it takes. Man. That is going to be a pretty tough pill to swallow for Christian Abati in that 45 crew. Absolutely had this thing in the bag with less than 10 laps to go. Trouble, contact with the safer barriers, with those Armco barriers, forced to head to pit lane to fix some damage to continue on, and Abati will fall 46 seconds behind your race leader for the first time here tonight. Abati outside of your top 5. Alex Wiggins going to pick up the race lead. 15-second advantage for Wiggins over Matthias, so almost a mirror. Almost a mirror image of what our previous race leader had. How will the 11 approach these final 5 laps that are laid out in front of them? Field will receive the high 5 this next time by just 5 laps remaining here at the stand 48 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. And while we're here, while we've got just a handful of laps left, what do you say we always want to give these drivers some love and appreciation? Make sure they know you enjoy all the racing action that they provide week in, week out, right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network each and every Wednesday night at 9. You can get your adrenaline fix with the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Design Cup Series. So while you're here, while we've got you, definitely join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers love, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back. At the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many sponsors across our many different leagues and series, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So while you're here enjoying some great road course racing championship action here tonight, remember to keep these drivers informed and drop that thumbs up. So we counted our chickens before they hatched when it came to Christian Abati. Maybe put that broadcaster's curse out there on them. If you know about the broadcaster's curse, you do. If you don't, well, you might be one of the lucky few. Right, but you know, just stepping on your own toes, man. It can kill you. It can kill a great race. It can kill a championship run. It can kill a championship. All in the blink of an eye, and a big wiggle out of the tail end of the 11 coming across the stripe. This time by 3 laps remain in the stand 48. Less than 10 miles of road course racing action lay ahead of your race leader behind the wheel of the Irwin Tools Crown Royal number 11, Alex Wiggins, looking again to victory lane for the first time this season. Been a drought all year long coming to the Glen here tonight. Wiggins has been a factor. He has been a key player at the front of this field. Just able to pick up the pieces as they fell. Looks like he's getting ready to yell. Check on the field. Coming off of the final corner, we'll cross the line. Popsicle sticks on display from the boss man to the flag stand as all the fans that fill the stands begin to jump to their feet. The final few laps here from the Glen. Cameras out, photos getting ready. Take a quick run. Let's take a look back in the second position at the one machine of Brendan Mathia, over 15 seconds behind, but Mathia looks to finish this thing out on the podium. Derek Moore, what a turnaround, right? Early trouble. We talked about turnarounds. Oh, he is headed in the right direction, tumbling from the top though. Carissa Avanti now sitting in sixth, unable to really gain any ground at all. He's going to walk away with a little bit of a lackluster finish after leading the majority of the race. And how about a little bit of a ha-ha moment, right? Coming across the stripe, white flag flies, final lap here from Watkins Glen International. And as we were alluding to a ha-ha moment here for that 11, because, well, he's not in the championship chase. He hasn't even been to victory lane. But he's going to get it done here tonight. Gonna steal some thunder. Gonna snatch a race win away from a championship competitor. And that is going to force a big emphasis on points racing over the next 3 weeks. We've got great racing action laid out in front of us. He's got a checkered flag waiting on him. 2 more corners to go. Or Wiggins to head to victory lane for the final time into turn number 6. Out of turn number 7 this time by. Gonna walk across the stripe with no one in sight. Long road to victory this season. The 11 of Alex Wiggins crosses the line with the race win. Job well done as he pulls the Crown Royal machine over to celebrate. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. What a run, what a night here tonight from the Glen. Well-deserved post-race celebration underway. Alex Wiggins with the Smoke Show. back trackside as the sun begins to set here at the beautiful Watkins Glen International. The Stand 48 already behind us. Let's jump into some of your post-race interviews. Let's see if we can grab a handful of words with some of your podium drivers here tonight. Let's dial up the championship 16 machine of Derek Moore. It's Dave at the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I got you, Dave.
Man, a heck of a race, an eventful night for you, if you will. You started up there in second, a little bit of early trouble. Looked like, from my end, I'm going to call it netcode. It looked like netcode to me. We'll let you guys hash that out later sometime, but nonetheless, around backwards, had to chase down the field. What went through your mind at that point?
Well, I was fuming. I was pretty mad. And I just at the time I didn't understand what happened and why he would do something like that. But I'm sure wasn't egregious. I haven't gone back and watched it, but I was backing everybody up and kind of clogged the road up a little bit. So that part's on me. But then after that, I was just kind of trying to get in the groove and start picking people off one by one. And I want to apologize to Mr. Andy Alt. I turned him in the carousel. Super innocent on my part. I was just trying to stick to his bumper and get a run. And I think I just scooped him up and spun him. Hopefully he had a decent finish there at the end. But yeah, I mean, I just had to keep my head in it. And it was a long, arduous race. And just had to keep fighting for everything I could get.
Now you've got championship stakes in these next handful of weeks. You came into tonight's race sitting in third, just 3 points out of that points lead. You're going to get a huge shot in the arm heading into Texas. Out of these next 3 weeks that we've got, with a little bit of a holiday break after Texas, if we could look for this 16 to be in victory lane once again, what track would you say?
Let's see. What we're going to Texas, Vegas, and Kansas. I think I'm more comfortable at Vegas than any of the three. If it's the modern version of Texas with the flat 1 and 2, I'm pretty uncomfortable with that track. And then Kansas, being my home race, is definitely one I would like to try and win, cap the season off. But I think Vegas would probably be my best chance. I think.
Well, you've got some good tracks lined up to put on the show over the course of these final 3 weeks. We wish you the best. Before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just thanks to the team. We all had a pretty rough night tonight, I think. Feel bad for Christian. He had this thing in hand and just made a little mistake and kind of threw it away. But he was the guy to beat all night, and Jake was quick. He was up there. He had problems. But we were all driving good. I think we showed our speed that we have every week. And I want to thank you for putting on a broadcast every race, and I'll be watching this tomorrow, and then thank the admins for putting on the show every week.
Derek, as always, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you in these post-race interviews. We look forward to talking to you once again before the season's out. But until then, my friend, as always, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you go. Final words. Parting ways. From Watkins Glen here tonight, Derek Moore will bring the 16 Arts Marts Jalapeno Chips, number 16, home into a second position. That's going to move us right, third position. That's going to move us right along to the driver that finished in second. Let's see if we can dial up that number 1 machine of Brendan Mathia. Brendan, it's Dave. You got us?
I do.
Man, a little bit of a wild night for you as well here tonight, man. Do you think you could have done anything differently to try to close in all the race leaders?
Oh no, man. I mean, I guess push it harder, but I didn't want to. I was just trying to stay consistent within myself, right? I was trying to stay within my means and not like kind of push out of it. And yeah, I mean, even if I did, they were on another level, so there was just no shot. There's no point. I was basically, I think, the 5th best car out there, and I was just trying to stay consistent and raced for fifth basically, and I ended up second. So I guess that's what you got to do in road courses. Hope that other people make a mistake. Derek deserved to be in front of me. He was way faster. He got wrecked behind me. He would have probably caught me then. I wrecked him on lap 5. Just total accident. I'm super apologetic because I hate doing that.
Well, Brandon, um, I hope this will ease the pain a little bit with that one and as we expressed to Derek ourselves just moments ago in talking to him, was from our standpoint, to our camera views, it didn't look like there was any contact. It looked like a little bit of a net code. But again, just like we told him, we're going to leave that between you two to talk about and get to a little bit later on. But again, man, a hell of a finish for you here tonight. A hell of a race. Gonna walk away second on the track. 3 weeks left. Are you gonna get back to the podium again?
I plan on it. That's the goal, right? I feel like I've been here pretty
Always.
consistently. So, yeah, I mean, why not? Why not make it 3 more weeks in a row? I actually get to go back to ovals where I'm actually halfway decent, not garbage like these road course races. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to it, and hopefully I don't take anyone out for the rest of the season.
Well, being garbage and having at least a fifth place car is not garbage in my book, but we'll let you, hash that out in the mirror with yourself at another time. Before we let you go here tonight, though, man, uh, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, you for the broadcast. I'll say it every week. One of the best on the service, so I appreciate that. All the admins, Dave, Patrick, Ed, Daniel, everybody here for ASMR. All the people watching, family that might be watching for me. Shout out to Alan, my teammate. I know he had his little struggles tonight, and just everybody that's a part of this league. And I'll say it again. I mean, it's awesome league. So just glad to be here.
All right. Well, Brendan, again, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the tail end of these things. We wish you well over the course of these next 3 weeks. But until then, stay safe. And as always, keep it fast.
Thank you.
All right. There you go. Final words for the man that walks away second in his own mind. Only good enough for fifth. He's going to overachieve and walk away the second on the track tonight. And that's going to move us right along the list and right into victory lane. For the first time this season, he's going to pick up the pieces and he's going to spray a little bit of champagne. Alex, it's Dave. How you feeling after snatching that first win, man?
Surprised to say the least.
You know what? That's no offense. Please don't take it this way. That's an honest answer. Very a big moment there for Abonti out front, allowed you to take over control of the race lead. You had a handful of moments out there for yourself tonight where the tail end of the car just didn't seem happy. What seemed to be the trouble? Was it really the braking points, or was it more so getting back on the gas?
It was, I would 100% say, always just getting back on the gas, but that's the only way I can drive these things is if they're all out of control, and acting like I'm spinning the whole time is the only way I feel like I can drive them.
So you like dirt tracking?
In the right car, yeah, it can be fun.
Well, man, it's been a long season for you. You came into tonight's race sitting ahead of everybody else on top of the non-championship drivers' point standings. You're gonna gain a little bit there. Does coming into a tough race like this, you were right there in the mix. Let's not take short or make light of what you did here tonight. To take that top spot, you had to be in a good spot to begin with. You ran inside the top 3 pretty much all race long. Is there any pride in coming into a race like this, just missing the championship and walking away with a win?
I'd say it means, of course, a little bit less, but it's nice to be able to come in here and win and beat all the guys that are in the championship. But I mean, yeah, Ennis and Moore were extremely fast, except for their few moments that each of them had. But I expected to come in here and at least finish 4th or 5th.
Well, man, you overachieved here tonight. You accomplished it, and finally put that check mark in the winners column here tonight from the Glen 48 for the first time, man. Amazing job. Before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the night and the celebrations, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Just you for putting on the broadcast and everybody that shows up every week and makes this possible.
All right, my man. Well, if that's it, go enjoy your race winning moments, and we'll try to catch up with you next week at Texas. Until then, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Another driver, somewhat surprised at the finish he was able to walk away with. Alex Wiggins gonna do it. He's gonna pick up the pieces and walk in the victory lane here tonight with over a 15-second advantage. Job well done for that Irwin Tools Crown Royal number 11. What a night, what a race, what a moment here for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series Championship. Points on the line. Championship right around the corner. Producers already on those buttons. You know the familiar sounds. You know it's time to run down your unofficial race results here tonight from Watkins Glen International Speedway. Walking away with the checkered flag for the first time this season behind the wheel of that number 11, Alex Wiggins in victory lane. Brenda Mathia back in second, but Derek Moore in third. Alan Bledsoe could have parked that DuPont 24 home in fourth, rounding out your top five here tonight behind the wheel of the Haas Automation number 41 machine, Doug Argabright. Christian Avanti, dominating performance. Late race trouble will drop to sixth. The Flamin' Hot Cheetos number 29 machine of Andrew Alt going to come home in seventh, sliding home in eighth tonight. The number 5 ADS machine of Cody Schultz. Zach Miller in ninth. Patrick Coro finishes out your top 10. Ed Hauck, Jake Ennis, Deontay Hauer, Nicholas Wing, Daniel Jensen, and Jeffrey Engel finish out your 16-car field here tonight for the stand 48 at the Glen. Great road course racing action on display here tonight as the field eyeballs getting back to the ovals for the remaining of the championship before we cut off the lights and roll up the cords. If you haven't already yet, remember to join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers love and appreciation, and as always, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, or family. We appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So once again, want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you. We'll see you next week when we head to Texas. So until then, my friends, stay safe, stay loved, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.